Hey everyone, my name is Adi, and today we will talk about how to paint sky with watercolors. And we will use different techniques and different materials. If you want to hear more about watercolor materials, I will leave a link for another video in the description below. For the first technique, I will use a white brush with more than one color in it. You can dip each side of the brush in color or use a different brush to apply the color on your white brush. I left the middle of the brush clean for the white of the clouds. I applied blue on one side as the sky and a mixture of grey and purple on the other side. They will be the shadows of the clouds. I wet the paper with another white brush. The reason why I wet the paper after I get everything else ready is because I don't want the paper to dry in the middle of the painting process. Now I go over the paper with the brush with the colors. To get more variations, you can rotate the brush or lift it and touch the paper with just one side of the brush. It's important to keep the white of the paper for the light areas of the clouds. So I'm actually not painting the whites of the clouds, but saving the whiteness of the paper. This technique can work well with creating twilight sky too. You can use more than two colors in the brush. If you make this sky as part of a painting, it's actually good to repeat other colors that you have in the painting and use these colors in the shadows of the clouds. Now let's try different ways to use water spray bottle. I mixed watercolor and water in a spray bottle and I spray the paint on a dry paper. I don't spray on areas that I want to keep white. You will get tiny dots in the edges of where you sprayed. Now I'm using a spray bottle with clean water and I wet some areas with it. I am painting over the wet area with paint. When the colors will dry, they will become lighter. It's better to try colors on a draft paper before you use them in your paintings. You can also spray water on an area that you already painted. You can create smoother edges with it. So now I will spray water on what I just painted. You can also use water spray to create spaces in a wet color. It pushes the color away, so you can create white spaces with it. The next technique is called color lifting. First, I'm going to cover my paper with blue. And while it's still wet, I will use a brush to take off the color in certain areas, and it will make these areas lighter, creating the clouds. You are not supposed to use force in this technique, because it will ruin the paper. In order to remove more of the color, you can repeat the process. After every time, wipe the brush on your cloth rag to remove the color from it. I will add a color that is more vivid and opaque at the upper part of the painting. There is variation even in blue sky. The paint is not going to the clouds because when I removed the color from these areas, they also became drier. You can also lift color after the paint dried. but you will have to wet the area with water first and then go over it with a brush. This way you can remove a color to a certain degree. This time we will use towel paper. Again, I'm adding the color first, and then I will absorb the color with the towel paper. The areas that I will dry will become the clouds. How much you press the paper towel and for how much time will affect how much color it will absorb, or in other words, how lighter the result will be. So you can get variation, which is a good thing to have more than one tone in your clouds. You can add later on darker color to the clouds as the shadows to make them more three-dimensional and real, if you wish to. Now let's do the wet into wet technique, which I find very suited for painting sky. First, we need to wet the paper with water, using a wide brush. You don't want to create a flood though. You need that the water will cover the paper evenly. If you don't, it will not be smooth, and the paint will act differently in each area. I'm adding the blue now, while keeping white spaces for the clouds. I will add more colors to the clouds later on. I like my clouds to look random. It's better to make them in different sizes and shapes, and to have different distances between them. When using the wet into wet technique, it's better not to touch the same place too many times, but to let the paint do what it wishes to. To make the light areas look more bright, I add yellow. This is something that you can do when painting different objects. You can add yellow besides the highlights. It's better that the distance between the yellow to the blue will change, will not be always the same. Now I'm adding the shadows of the clouds. I am using a mixture of grey and purple. You can use other colors too. You can divide the white spaces to different clouds that hide one another. There are different kinds of clouds, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to show you different techniques to create clouds, because each technique creates different effects. The sky in a view painting can create an atmosphere. The hour of the day, the kind of weather can affect the mood. I will add a blue that is more opaque and vivid at the upper part of the sky. It will blend in seamlessly with the rest because the painting is still wet. You can also do this at the beginning, starting with a blue that is darker and more opaque, and as you go on, switch to a blue that is lighter. If you want to add more things to your painting after it dried, then you can just wet your painting with water and paint over it. That way you will get a seamless transition between what you painted and what you paint. Just be careful. You have to be very gentle. It can get your colors smeared. One of my best tips about how to make the sky look better is actually not about the sky. Even if you want your sky to be the main subject, the main thing in your painting, by adding something else in front of them, It can add the element of depth, make the whole painting look more real. It can just be a dark silhouette of treetops, mountains, hills, rooftops, or something colorful like in this example. I can make more tutorials about painting sky in the future, but I think it's enough for today. You can let me know in the comments what techniques and subjects you would like to learn. I will create a playlist of watercolor tutorials so you can find them all in the same place. We will do something else next time. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.